Eucharistic celebration in the Basilica of St. Peter. The World Day for Consecrated Life, which falls this Wednesday, began in 1991. Pope St. John Paul II instituted the Day of Prayer for women and men in consecrated life. This celebration is attached to the Feast of the Presentation of the Lord, which falls on February the 2nd. In some places on this day, candles are blessed. The candles symbolize Christ, who is the light of the world. Those who are in consecrated life are therefore called to reflect the light of Jesus Christ to all people. For this year's celebration, the Congregation of the Institute of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life has addressed a letter to the world's consecrated men and women, inviting them to walk together as community in the synodal spirit of participation. This synodal spirit, which members are supposed to exercise responsibility, is one that should not exclude anyone, the letters say. The message also recalls that by going back to their vocational call, consecrated persons will rediscover the enthusiasm, amazement, and joy of feeling and being part of a project of love. And so the curtains in the Pope's study opens, and we see him. There he is, ready to start the Angelus of this Sunday, the fourth Sunday in ordinary time.
Cari fratelli e sorelle,
Dear brothers and sisters, buongiorno. In today's liturgy, the Gospel recounts Jesus' first sermon in his first hometown, Nazareth. The outcome of that is bitter. Instead of receiving approval, Jesus finds incomprehension and hostility. His fellow villagers, rather than a word of truth, wanted miracles and extraordinary signs. The Lord does not perform these, and they reject him because they say they already know him. He is Joseph's son. Jesus, therefore, utters a phrase that has become proverbial. No prophet is acceptable in his own country. These words reveal that Jesus' failure was not entirely unexpected. He knew his people. He knew the risk he was running into. He took rejection into account. And so we might then wonder, why, if he foresaw the failure, does he go to his hometown all the same? Why do good to people who are not willing to accept you? It is a question that we too often ask ourselves, but it is a question that helps us understand God better. Faced with our closed nature, he does not withdraw. He does not put brakes on his love. He sees he goes ahead, even when we are closed. We see a reflection of this in parents who are aware of the ingratitude of their children, but they do not cease to love them and to do good to them. God is the same, but at a much higher level. And today, God invites us to believe in good, to leave no stone unturned in doing good. However, in the events of Nazareth, we also find something else. The hostility towards Jesus on the part of his people provokes us. They were not welcoming. And what about us? To verify this, let us look at the models of acceptance that Jesus proposes today to his people and to us. There are two foreigners, a widow from Zarephath in the region of Sidon and Naaman the Syrian. Both of them welcomed the prophets. The first, Elijah, and the second welcomed Elisha. But it was not an easy reception. It went through trials. The widow welcomed Elijah despite the famine, and even though the prophet was being persecuted. He was being persecuted for his religious or political views. Naaman, on the other hand, despite being a person of highest order, accepted the request of the prophet Elisha, which led him to humble himself and accept to bath 7 times in the river. The widow and Naaman, in short, accept because of a disposition of willingness and humility. God always wants us to be humble and willing and disponible and available. Faith passes through a readiness and humility. The widow and Naaman did not reject the ways of God and his prophets. They were docile, not rigid, and closed. Brothers and sisters, Jesus also goes the way of the prophets. He presents himself as we would not expect. He is not found by those who seek miracles. If you are looking for miracles, you will not find Jesus. Those who are seeking new sensations, a faith made out of power and external signs. Those who are looking for faith in power, you will not find God. He is found instead by those who accept his ways and his challenges, without complaint, without suspicion, without criticism, without a long face. In other words, Jesus asks you to accept him in the daily reality of your life, in the church of today, as it is, in those who are close to you every day. Receive Jesus in those who are close to you every day. Accept him in the reality of those in need, in the problems of family, in the grandparents, in children. He is there, inviting us to purify ourselves in the river of availability and in many healthy baths of humility. We need humility to meet God and to allow ourselves to meet him. And what about us? Are we welcoming, or do we resemble those countrymen and women of his who believed they knew everything about him? I know everything about him, about Jesus. Don't be foolish. You do not know Jesus. Maybe after many years as believers, we think we know the Lord well with our ideas and our judgments. The risk is that we get used to Jesus. We also get used to being closed within and close to anything that is new. When Jesus is knocking at the door and he says something to you, I want to come to you, we need to come out of this closeness. The Lord asks us to have an open mind and a simple heart. And when one is open and simple, he or she, God has the possibility to surprise us. And this is the beauty about meeting Jesus. And may Our Lady, model of humility and willingness, show us the way to welcome Jesus. And now, the Angelus. The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she conceived by the Holy Spirit.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Per verbum caro factum est.
Et habitavit in nobis.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ora pro nobis, Santa Dei Genitrix.
Ut digni efficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Grazie a Tua, in questo Domine, mentibus nostris infunde, che Angelo Annunziante, Christi Fili Tua, incarnazione coniovim, per passione meius ad crucem, a resurrezione gloriam perducamur. Per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus defuntis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine.
Et lux perpetua lucia Deis.
Requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Sit nomen Domini benedictum.
Ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum.
Aiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
Qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.
Amen.
And the Holy Father just reciting the Angelus there and giving us his apostolic blessing this Sunday.
Oggi ricorre la giornata mondiale dei malati di lebbra.
Today the Holy Father reminds us
Esprimo la mia vicinanza a
about
quanti
the
soffrono
World
di
Day
questa
of
malattia.
Leprosy, and as usual says, he expresses his closeness to those who are affected. It is important to work together towards the integration of all these persons who suffer from leprosy, and that they will be well integrated without any prejudices.
Domani, 1 febbraio, in tutto l'estremo oriente, nonché in varie parti
The
del
Holy
mondo,
Father also,
si celebra il Capodanno
day
lunare.
after tomorrow, speaks about the Lunar New Year, sometimes also referred to as the Chinese New Year, and the Holy Father greeting all those in East Asia especially who celebrate the Lunar New Year. And he says how great it is when families come together to live together in moments of joy and love. Unfortunately, many families are not able to meet together this year because of the pandemic, and hopes that hopefully this pandemic will come to an end soon. And thanking all those who are working towards the end of the pandemic, so that all will be able to live together. And
alla vigilia della festa di San Giovanni Bosco,
on the vigil of St. John Bosco, greetings to all the Salesians, and they do a lot of good in the church. The Holy Father followed and prayed with the leader of the Salesians, the John Bosco, who is the father and teacher of all the young people. He was not just closed in his own word in the sacristy, he went into the streets to look for young people. With that creativity of his, it was really a characteristic of them. To all Salesians, both men and women, congratulations and compliments. Greetings to all the pilgrims from Rome who are here, from other parts of the world. Those pilgrims coming from Spain, Portugal.
Saluto I ragazzi e le ragazze dell'Azione Cattolica della
And with
Diocesi di Roma.
affection, greetings to the Catholic Action, the children
Cari
of
ragazzi e
Rome,
ragazze,
who are
anche
here,
quest'anno accompagnate dai genitori, dagli educatori e dai
and
sacerdoti assistenti,
the young people
siete venuti
accompanied here.
un piccolo gruppo per la
It's a
pandemia
small
al
group,
termine del mese della pace.
the Catholic Action for
Il
the
vostro
Children
slogan
of
è
Rome,
Ricuciamo la pace.
who
Bello slogan.
are here
È
and
importante,
under the
c'è tanto
slogan,
bisogno di ricucire,
sowing back
partendo
peace.
dai nostri rapporti personali
The
fino
Catholic
alla
Action
relazione tra
of
gli
the
stati.
Children of Rome have a caravan of peace every
Andate
year
avanti.
around this time, and the
Adesso
Holy Father is encouraging
rivelate
them
verso il cielo i
in
vostri
what
palloncini
they are
come
doing,
segno di speranza.
and also
Eccolo.
invites them to release their balloons as a sign of hope. And there you have the
È un segno
balloons.
di speranza.
It says they are a sign, the balloons
Portano
are a sign
I
of hope,
ragazzi di Roma oggi.
which the
Questa caravana
children,
per la pace.
the Catholic Action of the Children of Rome, with their caravan of peace,
a
have
tutti
brought us
buona
here in
domenica.
Rome. And I wish everyone a
favore,
lovely Sunday.
Non
Please
dimenticatevi
do not
di
forget
pregare
to
per
pray
me.
for me.
Buon pranzo
Enjoy
e
your lunch
arrivederci.
and arrivederci. The Holy Father, at the end of the Angelus there, making a few remarks, wishing those of our friends in East Asia celebrating the Lunar New Year all the best. And that brings us to the end of the Angelus on this fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time. My name is Father Paul Samasumo, and on behalf of Vatican Media, thank you all for joining Pope Francis in praying the Angelus. In a particular way, thank you to our viewers and listeners of Catholic TV, Catholic Faith Network, EWTN TV, Shalom World Television Network, Shalom TV India, Salt and Light TV, At Madashan TV, Luminous Radio, Radio Maria England. If you can, do look up our website, vaticannews.va. You'll find all the information regarding the Angelus of today. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praise be Jesus Christ.